audio. Oh, okay. There's no audio. Fuck. So anyway, my keyboards, Glove 80 Ultimate Hacking Keyboard, and the other one, the yellow thing, is Svalbard. Okay, so this is SVALBOARD, Svalbard. For each one of them, I have a review on my website. And today we're gonna code. So am I good now, Angelo? Today we're gonna code Emacs Lisp. So pure Emacs Lisp coding. So if you have questions about Emacs or Lisp, ask me. I'll get to it. Otherwise, let's begin. So let's just begin. So video check, audio check, audio check. I'm alive. So let's begin coding. So let me show you what I want to do. So pure Emacs Lisp. Fantastic, thank you. So let me just write it. What's going on? Okay. Emacs Lisp coding. Ask questions about Emacs or Lisp. Okay. Let's begin coding. So what I want to do is I have this command in Starfly keys. By the way, in the pink window, you can see all my command calls as I type any key. For example, I want to delete this H1 header. Press a key, it's gone. Press a key, remove all empty spaces. Press key, the entire main section is gone. So show in browser, you see it's gone. Go back, undo, 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 undo. Okay, redo. So start now. Yeah. So show in browser. So there we have it. So yeah, so let's so I'm using pink key, the pink window shows all my command calls. You can see undo there, and keystroke on the left, and I'm using a Vorak keyboard layout, and I'm using Starfly keys. Okay, Starfly keys like that. Just search it, you'll find it. So there's a website. It is the most efficient key binding system for Emacs. So you don't have to press control keys or command keys or meta or alt. So saves you hand pen for repetitive strain injury for those of you heavy coders, Emacs users. So okay, so what I want to do today is I want to code a function. Why is there no tree-seater Emacs? Yeah, I'm not using tree-seater at the moment. I haven't. Tree-seater is a kind of a parser editor helper. So for example, for syntax highlighting, for example, the coloring of the string, and for it's related to syntax to help the editor, so you can get all the list of function names or things like that. So tree-seater is new in Emacs about 2 years ago. I think it's very interesting, but I just haven't had time to use it. So I'm not using tree-seater. Okay, so what I want to do today is there's a function. You see, I press the key F1 here. Can you see the key? No, it's on the left side, so you cannot. So anyway, I press the key 1. So you see, it'll move cursor to the previous quote character, double quote. You see, I can move backward or I can move forward. Forward is 2. So you can see in the pink window, XAR backward punctuation, XAR forward punctuation. You can change the characters to search for. So right now I set it to the quotation mark. So you can see forward, 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 or backward. Okay, so but one of the issue I have is that every time you press it, you have to press twice, because obviously the quotation delimiters comes in pairs. So I want to modify the command so that when I press the key, it simply get me to the previous string. So this is a string, right? So I just press one key, it gets me to maybe the beginning of the string. so I don't have to like manually navigate. Okay, so let's try. Let's see how it goes. So let me show you the command. So you see here's the documentation for the command. XOR backward punctuation. Jump to the file, open it. So here is the source code. Very simple. Okay, XOR backward punctuation. So what it does is you just if you want, by the way, so if you want the code, just go to this website showing browser, so you can copy it and you'll have it, so you can use it. Okay, so let me make a copy of that. Go to my Emacs blog, new section, paste the link, linkify, make a list, showing browser. So so that's the page. Now I'm about to make modification to this code, so that's why I'm putting it there. So I'm gonna change it and blog it. When it's done, remove the to-do, push it to my server, and put it to the RSS web feed. So anyway, so that's the command. So you can see the code is very simple. All you have to do is call the regular expression, search backward, and search backward, by a regular expression, and nil means don't report any error if you cannot find it, and T means if you do not find the character you are looking for, just move the cursor as much as backward as possible. So very simple command. Okay, so this is backward punctuation. Then there is also forward punctuation. So you can see this is a forward punctuation. Or the difference is just search forward and versus search backward. And what is my punctuation regular expression? That's this line. Okay, so right now it's basically one single character. The that is the name for that character in Unicode is quotation mark. Okay, so you can press describe character. So you go here, so you can see the name is quotation mark. That's a Unicode name for that character. Okay, so I want to make it that instead of searching just a character, instead of just moving by a character or any punctuation, I wanted to make a dedicated command that simply jump to the previous string. Okay, so go to previous string, or next string. So let's actually code it. Let's begin to code it. So instead of using that, let's code it. Okay, so create a new Emacs block, paste the code here, and pop it out. So we're gonna code it, and we're gonna change this. Instead of punctuation, let's change it to string. Forward string. No, yes, no, okay. And these two we don't need. Okay, so there it is, forward string. Move cursor to the next occurrence of string syntax. Okay, remove that, date. Okay, and let's delete that. Okay, so actually let's delete that as well. So okay, so forward string. So yeah, Huang, I know what tree-sitter is. So Diego says, why do your variable name start with X? That's my convention. Is that a pattern? That's just my convention. Okay, so one of the advantage of this convention is that, for example, let's create let. So if you have something, so whenever a variable that start with X, then it'll be colored. So this is a kind of a hack way to have a easy coloring of all variable names without an actual parser like tree-seater. Okay, I'm assuming Huang is using tree-seater and he's played it with it. I haven't yet. I think it's very interesting, but I didn't have time to play with that yet. Since even I wanted to since 2 years ago. Because for me, the way I work on things is very fastidious, systematic, and usually thorough, usually deeper than So if I want to start to use tree-seater, I'm gonna take several hours just to read stuff, and it's gonna take many days and days and weeks, because then I'm gonna start to create my own package interface to the tree-seater. I'm not gonna just use GitHub or Mailpad, download some other and stuff like that. Chicken Crystal, long time no see, Happy New Year. Please explain XAR insert Ruby RT most efficient list keystrokes. Didn't we explain that before? I think I did. Yeah, so you're talking about, so let me quickly address that. Yeah, so because there's a pay, this is customer. Okay, so let me answer that. Okay, so there's a question about Ruby stuff. So let me show you guys what that is about, and let me answer the question. So you go to XAR Web Dev blog, HTML, then basic syntax. So this is a complete tutorial for HTML. So search for Ruby. There it is. Click it. So Ruby is a new Ruby is a markup in HTML, which is pretty new. Started in 2011, 2010. Well, by now it's 15 years. Oh God, I'm getting old. So anyway, Ruby is the Ruby markup is to allow you. It's basically designed for Asian languages, in particular Chinese and Japanese. So it is designed to allow you to have annotations at the top of the line. Okay. So for example, you see the green, that's Chinese characters. The red are annotations. Those are pronunciation symbols. Okay. Because Chinese is not alphabet system. So you have to learn how each one is pronounced, usually. So especially for students like kindergarten or grade school children, they need to start to learn about how each character is pronounced, because the character itself usually doesn't tell you, you have no idea how it's pronounced because it's not alphabets. Therefore, you have this so-called Ruby markup. Okay, I think that's a name from Japanese, Ruby markup. So hold on a second, I got a call. So Ruby markup. So so the way you do it, so basically very simple. So for example, here you have a English version. You can, it's not just for Chinese text. You can also do it on English. For example, this passé is English word. It came from French, I think. So you can add a IPA symbol, International Phonetic Alphabet, on top of it to show you that this is, how is that pronounced? I thought it's passé, but according to that, it's passa. Anyway, so the way you do it, just Ruby the whole thing, then put the pronunciation inside the RT markup. Okay. So Christos has a question about, so basically, so how do you do that? So let me show you. Okay, so some let's see something. Okay, so I mean, so you put a markup, you see a markup on Ruby, and you want to let's say SSS. Okay, so you put a markup RT. Okay, put a paragraph showing browser. Okay, so you can see, it doesn't because you don't have CSS. So right now by default it shows like that. Can you see? So all you have to do is add some CSS here. Okay, so let's add it. So style Ruby. Whenever you see Ruby, let's say color red. Okay, and RT color blue. Okay, and make this font size. Okay, press the button. By the way, that's a fantastic command, XAR CSS format buffer. You can also find it on search for XAR Emacs blog. Okay, so anyway, we added some CSS, cascading style sheet. Put it back here and showing browser. Now you see Control 0 to put the size back. So you see that's Ruby. Okay, so that's called Ruby annotation. Now I had a Emacs command that, because it's tedious to add the tag each time you want to do that. So I had a command, I believe, let's see if I can find it. I believe I deleted. Oh, there it is. XAR Ruby markup. Okay, tab UU. Wait. Tab UU. Okay, so let's go to, so there is a command, XAR HTML markup Ruby. So it wrap HTML Ruby annotation tag on current line or selection. Chars inside paren are wrapped with RT. Okay, so let me show you how to use it. Let's say how. Okay, let's find some word. Okay, example, how do you pronounce it? Let's say example. Let's say that. Okay, so now you just tab UU. There it is. Now put a paragraph showing browser. There it is. Fantastic. And for IPA, by the way, for IPA you could wait, where are we? So like by tradition, IPA has this // There you go. Okay, so that is the command. So let me show the command here. Okay, so and you can find there is a, if you like the code is there. So you can go there, grab it, and you have it. It doesn't require anything else. Okay. So okay, so that, I guess that answers your question. Yeah. Okay, so let me demo it again. You got a code, so I think, your question is about this Emacs Lisp command. Okay, so let me demo it again. Extra. Okay, how do you pronounce extra? Extra. Okay, you pronounce it like that. Okay, so now just call XAR Ruby markup. Press enter. There you have it. And option, you add a paragraph showing browser. There it is. Okay, so why is it, so instead of writing add each tag, and you just put the parenthesis for the pronunciation and press a key, and you are good to go. Fantastic. Thank you. So Japanese is a very complex language, very, very complex. Now, I don't know about the Japanese grammar, but the Japanese writing system is very, very complex because it involves like 2,000 to 3,000 Chinese characters. Then you got about 48 or 80, yeah, actually 80 phonetic symbols for Japanese. Then, then whenever you have a Chinese character, they have like 2 or 3, 4 different ways to pronounce that Chinese character, depending on I'm not sure exactly. There are many, several ways to pronounce the Chinese character. So Japanese writing system is extremely complex. Primarily because, let me just talk random. So because the Japanese language is very different. It doesn't share anything with the Chinese language. So Chinese and Japanese are independent languages. Okay. However, the writing system of Japanese is basically entirely borrowed from Chinese about like 1,000 years ago. So Japanese take the Chinese, they don't have a writing system, so we are close. So they got they travel, so they took the Chinese characters, then adopt the Chinese characters for the Japanese language, which is kind of, it's very complex, because the two languages doesn't really share anything. So, and plus the Chinese characters, it's not alphabet, so it happens to be just, these 3,000 to 10,000 characters, each one is just by itself. So anyway, let's go back to the function. So let's go back. So now I want to write this function forward string. So let's do it quickly now. Okay. So all we have to do is, we explained about the variable. Why do I start with X? So that you can highlight all variables without parsing the text. So it's kind of a hack. That is in XOR Emacs Lisp mod. Okay. Now you guys have to pay me, okay? Because I talked a lot for years, and I get, I get no money. So I still enjoy doing XOR talk show, but if you like my stuff, you really, you should pay me. XOR fly keys, and for example, right now we are talking about, let me show you, okay? Wait. There, XOR Emacs Lisp mod. Okay, so that's what I'm using when I code Emacs Lisp. So that's why every time you see a symbol start with X, they become black. So you can see basically that's by this line, anyway. And also, if you have capital, anything capital, it becomes red. Okay, so anyway, let's focus back on this. So search forward. Actually, let's search backward. Okay. What regular expression you want to search? So now you need to look for regular expression, Emacs. Okay, go to Emacs blog, go to Lisp basics, then go to string functions, regular expression in Emacs Lisp. Then you want to go to regular expression syntax. So we want to search. By the way, this feature is unique in Emacs. You will not find it in Perl regular expression, in Python, in Java, in Ruby, in Golang, in C++, not anywhere. This regular expression feature is unique in Emacs. It allows you to search a pattern that is according to the Emacs Lisp syntax table. So in Emacs Lisp, you can designate group certain characters to be a string or to be a bracket without actually searching for the character. But anyway, let me just try. Okay, so regular expression syntax, you want to search for a string. Yeah, so go back. So repetition, so this regular expression is very complex. Captured patterns, I know it's at the bottom. Grouping, alternatives, character classes. Okay, we are close. Then character classes of Emacs syntax table, that's what we want. Okay, so there is a there. Okay, so match any character whose syntax class is that. Okay, that's what we want. So here's the example. Check if the next character is a string delimiter. That. Okay, close that. Okay, so search backward. Basically we just want this thing. Okay, so this means it will search any character that's designated as a string delimiter. Okay, according to the current major mods syntax table. So it can varies. So if you have in one mod, for example in Python, both the double quote and single quote, they are both considered string delimiters. So this command will jump to either one of them. But it's kind of okay. Anyways, this is not, it's kind of complex because it's very hard to deal with syntax table, because if you want to write a major mod, you need to kind of define your syntax table, and syntax table is very complex. You can read my tutorial. You can just click syntax table, you can learn everything about it. So what I'm saying is that usually this is not too useful, because if you want to jump between either single quote or double quote, you can simply use a regular expression like that. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, so single quote or vertical bar means or, but you need 2 slashes before it because Emacs Lisp string. So or double quote, so you or double quote. Okay, so actually and you need a backslash for that before that, so it becomes, so this is kind of equivalent to that if that mod defines the quote delimiter as either single or double. So but in, let's say in some programming language, you can define a string quote by, let's say, paren or square bracket or even a Unicode character or a smiley. You can do that. Then this will find it, you'll find it without you manually, hard code what characters you are looking for. So that's, so that's a regular expression feature of Emacs only, where you can give a syntax to search for a particular group, set of characters that's defined by the syntax table. Okay, so essentially you can arbitrarily define some group of class of characters. So in this case, backslash s, then a double quote, that means find all the double quote, find all the string delimiters. It could be anything. Okay, so let me just run it. Okay, so let me just, okay, let's see. F6 undefined, F7 is undefined, F8 F8 start a new Emacs. Okay, I want to have, hold on a second. Okay, F5 is undefined. Okay, let's use F5. Okay, so let's say this backward. Okay, so this is backward and this is forward. Okay, so this one is forward. Am I still good? Okay, so forward string, backward string, and let's set them, give them some keys. Okay, key map global set. So you want to set to this command, and what key? The key will be F6, F5. Okay, so actually F5 should be backward. Okay, so and here F6. Okay, so now eval buffer, we got it. Now let's press F6. Do it. Fantastic. Do it. Do it. Do it. Fantastic. It works. Now F5, it works. You see, so now we did it. Now this is, but functionally, it's no different from what we had. Let's go back to, let me show you the other. You see, functionally, it's not very different from this. You know, in this case, you see, we are just search forward for this regular expression, and that regular expression is just a single double quote. But here, we are using this special regular expression to search any character that's defined to be string delimiter. And in Emacs Lisp major mod, it happens to be also double quote. So they have the same functionality right now. So what I want is, but they still have the problem because every time you do it, you know, it doesn't just jump to string. It, you know, you have to do it twice. Let's go back. Yeah, so you see, it basically just search for the double quote. So what I want to, so that's not good. By the way, you can search it twice. For example, you can add it so that you think it will solve it. I did this before, like several years ago. Let's try it again, okay? So now F5. Yeah, it's such, yeah, it jumped, you see? It jumped twice, okay? So let me show you some. Okay, F5, you see, F5, F6, F6, F6. Yeah, maybe I should just do twice. Yeah, I guess this is a simpler solution. You know, we can just call it twice, you know. But you know, so it gets into some minor, very minor details. Because I did this before. I've been using this jump twice, like even 10 years ago. I've been using it for a long time, half a year or more. But eventually I stopped because some issues, and I can't exactly remember what. Yeah, okay, so I guess I think the issue is sometimes, you know, like you have one odd quote there. So if you always jump twice, let's see, jump twice, jump twice, jump twice, jump twice. Wait, jump forward, back, forward. Yeah, okay, I'll just do this then. Okay, I think that's what I want, okay, to solve a practical issue. Now, there is another solution. It turns out I think I'm gonna try this for a while and see how it goes. There's another solution I was thinking of doing, is that instead of searching for a word by a character or by a syntax class, you search for word by a by text property. Okay, so in Emacs Lisp, so this is a bit advanced Emacs Lisp. In Emacs Lisp, you have this text property thing. So for example, why is this part red? Why is this purple? Why is that blue? How does it work? I mean, what is the mechanism? Well, it's because in each text in a buffer, actually, every character, you can attach a string text property. Okay, so here, actually, there's a text property that says color blue. That is why it's green. Okay, not blue, green. So it's text properties. It's kind of invisible, but that's how you got the colors. So let me show you so you can read about it. Emacs Lisp create a major mod, and there it is, text properties. So you can learn about it. It's fairly simple. You can create a link, clickable link, or coloring, or if you are on a link, you press return, it'll open it in the browser. How does that work? Because when you press return, that text happens to have a text property that says, that bounds the return key to a command that opens the link. So it's all by text properties. So this is how the way Emacs do it. For example, in some other editors, if you have a link, like if you have a link HTTP something, you can press enter, you'll jump to it. How does it work? I don't know how does it work in other text editors. But in Emacs, that's text properties. Every text in a buffer, you can attach properties, and there are many properties. You can be coloring, can be some action, something, okay? So I was thinking to make, to jump to the next text property that has the string syntax. Anyway, yeah, but I'm not gonna do that. I think I'll just try this, okay? I think that's it for today. Anything else? Okay, that's it for today. So let me say again, you like my stuff, pay me, okay? You can buy my Emacs tutorial. This is most complete Emacs tutorial and Emacs Lisp. Fantastic. Pay it here, PayPal or Amazon gift card. And there's a Chinese guy who asked me about it in China. I'm gonna send you a copy today, okay? So pay me, and you can also buy one of my packages. XAR Emacs command, XAR packages, the things you see me doing, it's basically all my packages. And I also have a JavaScript tutorial you can buy. That's one of the best of all JavaScript resources online, including printed books. I consider mine to be even better than them. I talked about this for a few times. Okay, JavaScript in depth, and or in general, actually just donate to me. Okay, go to xali.info and go to all the way to the bottom, Patreon me or gift card or PayPal. Okay, thank you guys. So for now, this put it back, syntax correct, show in browser. There it is. Okay, that's it. Bye guys.